Father Manolo Fernandez is a Catholic priest from Spain who has the purest and kindest soul I've ever known. My mom's family met him in Florida when they were living in Winter Haven in 1975. He married my parents in 1999. While we do not get to see him often, there is an instant connection between him and my sisters and me, as anyone could see just how great of a man he truly is. In addition to instantly bonding with him, I had grown up hearing stories about him. Manolo would and will always put others before himself. Each year, my grandfather would give him some money that he wanted Manolo to spend on himself. A few days after he would receive the money, my grandfather would check in on him and ask what he used the money for. Not a single time did Manolo ever spend the money on himself, but instead he would give it to someone else who he felt needed it more than he did. Whether it was a needy man he met on the street or a cab driver telling him his life story, he never failed to be selfless. Over time, the bond between Manolo and my family grew closer and closer. He traveled with my grandparents, and my family even went to his Spanish services. Even though we couldn't understand Spanish, we just wanted to support and be with him. He holds a special place in my and the entire family's heart. Unfortunately, Manolo developed Bullard disease, which makes it hard for him to talk and swallow. While the disease compromised his immune system and affected other aspects of his health, he still lives his life full of light and joy each and every single day. Spending time with Manolo means the absolute world to me, as even just the thought of him never fails to make me smile from ear to ear. While communicating can be difficult at points, he and I make it work as we share laughter and stories with one another. When COVID-19 first hit, I was extremely worried about Manolo. He had moved back to Spain to live in a retirement home for priests, and I knew Spain was hit hard with COVID-19. While he is still well in spirit, he is getting older, and due to his illness, he was extremely high risk. My family and I would talk to him weekly, whether it be on the phone or through email, and we would always check to ensure that he was still COVID-19 free. On Good Friday of 2020, we got the dreaded email. His niece informed me and my family that Manolo had unfortunately tested positive for COVID-19 and was currently in the hospital on a ventilator, as she wrote to us. This news broke my heart, as we were told the odds of him surviving were low and they were unsure if he would make it through the night. She expressed his love for us, and we didn't hear any news for the next 2 days. I was devastated. The thought of losing someone that means so much to me had me in complete and utter distress. I knew that whatever happened, he would be okay, but I wasn't ready to say goodbye. We received the email with the headline, "He was taken off the ventilator," and we put our heads down in despair, as my whole family assumed that he was taken off so that he could rest in peace. When we opened the email, all of our mouths dropped. Manolo had not only survived but had conquered COVID-19. He wrote to us that he never stopped having faith and that he was taken off the ventilator because of how well his health was doing. Despite his high risk, Manolo was able to get back to his normal health and was feeling better and better each and every day. Even though I had never had a personal experience with miracles up until this point in time, I've always believed that miracles exist, and this experience reaffirmed my belief. Even with every odd being against him, my beloved Manolo was able to survive after having COVID-19. A miracle is the only explanation for Manolo's survival. This belief is something that I feel makes up my identity, because a miracle is what saved the life of someone I love with my entire heart. I carry this belief with me, especially in times of uncertainty, as it helps me have faith that amazing things can happen. Miracles can happen.